Alright, I'm gonna try to teach you a basic opening. It's a well-known opening. A lot of players know how to do this opening. So I've been seeing some of your chess games, and your opening, they're not really strong, and I think you can make them strong by knowing just, like some one or two opening. So I guess, so again, for white, it's called an opening. Your first move is called an opening, and for black, it's called a defense. I'll teach you an opening, so you're playing as white, right? So again, the in the first 10 moves, you always want to control this, the first, yeah, the four square right there, and you can. I'm gonna teach you the Spanish opening. All right. So this is how it goes. Start off a king's pawn opening. That's e4, and the black. And if you're playing as black, you can uh respond to many ways against an e4 opening, because this opening is a powerful opening. You can respond to this opening. That's called the French defense, but I'm not gonna teach you that yet. Or you can do that. That's called the Carol Khan defense. Or this, that's called the Sicilian defense. This is a very strong defense against white. And yeah, but for now, I'm gonna teach you how to play the Spanish opening. So if you move e4 and the black moves e5, that's king's pawn opening. Now you develop your knight here, attacking this, and also eyeing on this square right there. And for black, you wanna protect this pawn if you're black, right? And so you develop it like that. The next move is bishop. You want to develop your bishop and putting it here. That's called the Spanish opening. If you move it here, that's a completely different opening. That's called the Italian opening. You're eyeing on this pawn right here. And I'm not going to teach you the Italian opening because it's more passive. It's more aggressive. It's the Spanish opening because you are attacking this pawn. And so for black, there are many ways that you can do against the Spanish opening. For black, you can continue developing your pieces. If white takes it, you can take it like that. But I told you that it's bad, especially if you're a beginner, that you have a double pawn, and so you kind of want to avoid that, right? And so some does this. So if they take, black can take, but there's a problem with that. The problem is you you're blocking this bishop right here from getting developed. If you want it to develop, you have to, for example, you have to move it. We're just doing some random moves, so you have to move it so you can castle. You have to do extra steps. So not a lot of players. I mean, you can do this, but I wouldn't recommend it. Some players, they just move this pawn, so it's saying, hey, get out of my um, get out of my line, get out of my area. And if you're playing as white, you can always retreat. Black can do that, chase this bishop, but I wouldn't recommend it because if you keep doing that, you're leaving weak spots. Remember, if the pawn moves, you're leaving weak spots. For example, these are weak spots. These are weak spots. So yeah, we can just develop it. If he takes it, you take it. But this is like one common trap some players do. Some of them, like they take it, they take that, thinking it's a free pawn. Black can respond by taking this or just doing this, and white has to move, and they take it. Now you're in the trouble. They can do that, and your king can't castle. So don't take. If you're playing white, for example, black did that, just castle, you know, just and then black can castle. So that's a basic opening. That's called the Rui Lopez or Spanish opening. So where are we? Yeah, we're doing the Spanish opening, right? So that so um for if other variations, so if black does that, you can always retreat, right? And black can chase it, and white can go there. If you want your bishop, if you want to inflict some, couple of damage, if you're playing as black, right? You want to inflict some couple of damage to the white, right? You can put your pawn, I mean your knight in here, and this bishop is nowhere to go. And so, for example, this guy castles, and you can take it. And now there's a couple of there's weakness in the black, right? It has double pawns, right? But in return, you don't have any pieces developed, So it's like you have some weak spots in here, and you have no pieces developed. But white has castle. White is safe, and white has a piece developed here. The rook can move here, eyeing on the king, and you can do that. Or if you're playing white, there's actually a trap here that I like to do. So let's just move this. All right, let's just move stuff. I forgot how to do it. For example, we're moving, right? We're just doing some move stuff, whatever. Doesn't really matter, right? All right. This is a trap that I always do if I'm playing against the Rui Lopez. If I'm playing black, I would castle in the queen side, right? And then I would just launch the pawns from here to there. And so what I do is for example, I don't know. Let's move let's move this if you're white. Obviously, that's not really what white's gonna move, but I'm just showing you like the overview of how the attack is gonna look. I'm usually gonna put the thing there, the knight there, and if you're white, you're really kind of getting annoyed that the knight is right here. So usually they do that, and I would do that. And hey, it's a free knight, so sometimes they take it. But now I'm taking this one. I'm taking the pawn back, and I'm attacking this. And I don't know. This can go here, and the queen, which is right there, I put it right here. And black is trapped. No way to go. And I have a powerful attack. Even if they deflect it, I can always advance this pawn, and I can always move this rook right here, and I have a powerful bishop eyeing on that. So that's what I do if I'm playing against a Rui Lopez, but I hate playing against the Rui Lopez. So mostly if they do this, I just use the Sicilian defense. I rarely play against. I rarely respond an e5 after an e4. So that's the basic of Rui Lopez opening.